first matchup. As we said, 4 matches today, however, to get you through. All best of 3s. You're going to enjoy the entire day, I promise you. But first of all, let's start bringing out our players. A mixture of youth and experience for the 3rd iteration of OG as they take their seats. We'll welcome their opponents on stage. They've had a fantastic season and one of 3 teams here gunning for glory. VGJ Storm. VGJ Storm, a success story to the Dota professional circuit. A fantastic season behind them already as they will get settled and get ready inside their booth. Going head-to-head with OG for a place in the semi-finals of the upper bracket. Before we get the thoughts though of our panel, let's check in with how the VGJ Storm guys got on when they met Casey.
We'll start with something super easy, which is just, if anyone can kind of take me through how this team formed, because you went through a couple roster changes, and I'd like to kind of hear from you.
This team is one of the Dota teams that formed as a result of people kind of being kicked or left behind in a sense. It's a team of rejects, is normally what people call it. Not as maybe rejected as some of the other teams of rejects that have formed, but obviously Resolution was kicked from OG. I was kicked from EG. Mojo's always getting kicked from a number of teams.
When you're playing together, I would imagine that it helps when you actually like each other. Have you guys all played on teams where that wasn't the case?
Mojo, I think you have a lot to say about this one.
What are you talking about, bro?
Mojo's played with a lot of people who didn't like
I mean, that's not... Okay, I don't know if they didn't like me, but I'm sure I've been on teams where people, you know, they harbor some bad feelings toward each other, but that's... At the end of the day, you know, you're trying to win Dota, right? So you gotta put aside those personal feelings.
Yeah, it's still not as good as it could be, right? If everybody likes each other.
I mean, the more you like each other, like, the better you work together. So for sure, that's usually what you kind of aim for.
I also wonder if it's easier to listen to critiques from people that you like.
Yeah, for sure. Like, if you don't like someone and they're like trying to point out a mistake you make, you're gonna take it personally.
Yeah.
When, you know, they're just trying to help you.
Right.
So you take it the wrong way.
I think what Mojo meant to say was every team has a bit of internal conflict, and that internal conflict is something that can drive you towards success as long as you utilize it properly.
The level of pressure at TI, how that differs from what it feels like to play some of the other tournaments.
I personally just try to get my mind off of it, because if you try to think about too much, you'll crumble under the pressure, I would say. My advice for, you guys just don't care.
This guy gave you a starting advice? Come on, bro.
Just don't care.
Please
don't care, bro.
Three TIs. What were those 3 TIs again?
This is my 3rd.
Yeah, no. What were the first 2?
3rd and 4th TI.
Third and start all of this. You ruined our team right now.
Should I tweet that you guys disbanded?
You have something to say? What are we talking about?
What do you think the expectations are for this team?
This team expects to do well because we actually know what we're capable of, but nobody on this team is going to be disappointed if we try our best and fail. The only way I would be disappointed in any result that we have at this tournament is if I feel like people did not give 100%.
How the rest of you feel about that?
That's how most players and teams should feel.
Yeah.
I don't have any expectations personally. I just come from game to game, like try to have fun, like from every single game.
You looked like you were having a blast at TI last year because you came as a panelist, and then all of a sudden you were playing.
Yeah.
Was that kind of a unique, no pressure situation because you're like, well, okay, I guess I'm just
Yeah, for sure. Like there was no pressure on me at all. It was really fun to play those games. Like you just give your best and just have fun. Amazing experience.
Ivor, I want to talk to you a little bit about how you've evolved over the last couple of years, because everything I read is about your high level of skill, but you're not quite as loud as your teammates. How have you overcome that, and how have you learned to communicate a little bit with them while you're playing?
I mean, they should answer that, right? She literally just asked you, how have you overcome your not talking as much as other people?
So we overcome it for him. You know, he already answered that. We overcome it for him. That's about how it goes.
I mean, I used to like not talk to people a lot. I started talking to people in like real life. Like it just came naturally. Now I talk. I think I talk a lot.
The boys growing up.
You don't talk a lot.
All right. I talk something. Yeah.
What do you think your biggest challenge is at TI8?
So I think the biggest challenge is ourselves. Like sometimes we get scared, like, oh, if we do this, we might lose, and we don't make the move, and we just lose anyway.
A lot of it's trusting each other
Yeah, for sure.
as teammates and as friends.
Sometimes just the way you talk, like it makes other people feel stressed. So like if you don't do that, it'll be way better for the team.
If I were to tell you right now, you're in the grand finals, who would you want to play against?
Either Liquid or maybe VP, because I respect VP a lot.
They're number one in the points right now.
I think those guys have proved they were the best team this year, which is why I'd want to beat them. If they're the best team in the world this year, I'd want to play the best. And I think Liquid has proven they're the best team over the last 2 years, like combined. So I'd want to play one of those in the finals. But it honestly wouldn't matter too much. Like, in the grand finals, you're in the grand finals. Play anyone, right?
Yeah.
Casey there with VGJ Rejects. I'd never really thought about them like that. I'd never thought of them like that. I really honestly haven't. I know, because Dota's kind of one of those formation games, isn't it? We end every TI, and then teams reform, and then we just move on to that. So I never feel like I don't look at them as rejects. Don't look at them as rejects, do you?
Not at all. I mean, the reality is almost every player at some point in their career has been kicked from a team. You win a TI, you've been kicked. That's AUA. You know, that's not just AUA. That's multiple players. There's so many players who, even through success, find themselves teamless. You guys know quite a bit about this. You guys
this is where being a broadcaster is actually quite nice, Scott.
I don't want to say anything right now. Not talking to avoid this situation. I'm just watching the video and I see Stinking and SVG's giving him crap about TI 3 and 4, and I'm like, yeah, that's my teammate.
Yeah, I mean, it's just how it happens, isn't it? It's time to start the game. We're getting more from these three fine gents in just a moment. But ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at our first series of the day.
VGJ Storm versus OG. Game 1.
Okay, best of three in the upper bracket between these two. Perhaps a little bit unexpected, Fold.
Yep.
Both of them to be here.
I think, well, VGJ Storm, they really dictated the pace right away off the bat. OG, they looked like they took a bit of time to start developing themselves through that group stage, but they did start to look pretty good toward those last 2 days.
And in terms of the DPC, it's a mild surprise to see them, but it felt to me like Storm were making progress through the season.
Yeah, Storm weren't eligible in terms of when they formed their team. They post-roster lock, but they did very well. They won a minor at GSE in Thailand. They got second place at one of the majors. They definitely had a fantastic last 3 to 4 months. It was just kind of too late to get those points and qualify. OG got some points early on in the season, ended up making roster changes. Same thing, had to go through qualifiers to make it here as well. Actually playing against their former teammate here, Resolution, picked from the team.
Yes, indeed. It's nice the way that Dota moves sometimes. It moves mysteriously. You end up playing players that have not long since played for you, as we will get into the draft momentarily, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. But I did want to also just raise that last factor of, it was a great group.
They've just been practicing all the time, non-stop, and you could see it in the group stage. They were both at the top of the group. Well, it's below Liquid, but, it's Liquid. They can't really
say too much about that. But yeah, like definitely practicing earlier before other teams start will always get you ahead. That's what Mineski did actually this season, and that's why they were like so dominant throughout the like early parts of the season. They won
after the last TI, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah, after
when they first came in, yeah. First part of the DPC, they were insane, weren't they?
Yeah, they did not take a break, and they just kept playing, and it really paid off for them too.
Yeah, like for a DAC, like they were talking. I remember talking to all of them. They're like, yeah, 71 is putting us through some intense training. Yeah, so
that's how it should be. Intensity.
Indeed. What is going to be our first pick of this first game? Best of 3, of course, for a right to play in the semi-finals of the upper bracket. Also guarantee yourself a cool $1 million prize fund, as you would definitely finish in the top 6.
I wonder if they go for that Willow that they've really liked to play on MSS, because the other 3 heroes took the bench. Oh, the Enchantress actually went through the pool.
It did.
I thought it saw banned.
Yeah, and it's interesting that they let it through, because they banned it 12 times of the 16 games in the group stage VGJ Storm, so only played it once.
I think they were second pick a lot, though, right?
They were.
I believe they were second pick a lot, so they were banning that Enchantress when they were not first pick.
OG's draft on the other side is like, it's super unpredictable, I think. Like their openers are super flexible, and you can't really prepare against them properly. They always just pick 2-3 heroes that can go like anywhere, and you won't even know at all what they're doing.
Ooh.
The Jarek's Chen.
Whoa, this is looking like a different TI right off the bat, right? We've got Enchantress versus Chen, but it's not
secure the PL quite easily.
One of the only teams that favoured the PL in the groups, by the way. It was played 3 times by Anna.
Interesting.
What's the win rate?
100%.
So they won all games with it?
Yes. 10 seconds remaining.
It's a good hero that can, in the laning phase, you're not incredible versus Enchantress. You have kill threat if you kill her from full to 0 if she doesn't get levels. But once she starts getting levels, you start taking a lot of damage. But as the game progresses,
feature highly thanks to Lannon. The PL, by the way, yesterday, I noticed Newbie saying it was very hard with that PL in the game. And they found it very difficult.
It feels like a very underpicked hero this tournament.
It does, doesn't it?
Great success, high win rate.
Yep.
It's just kind of been forgotten for some of these more in-meta cores, the Weavers, the Ursas, and the Maranas that we're seeing. But I think we're going to be seeing a lot more. I like that VGJ Storm's instant responses. We got to address this PL.
Yeah.
Got to address this PL.
Yeah.
Pick Shaker before it gets banned.
But that's why I think picking the PL that early is really risky, because playing PL against Shaker all game long is not fun. As soon as he has Echo, you can die pretty much at any point in the game.
Yeah, they probably weren't expecting that pick to come so early, and I think they really prioritize having a hero that can beat Ench. PL's actually got the best win rate against Ench in terms of pub games, despite, not really being a great lane counter. It's the fact you're not scared of Impetus. Ench beats all these melee cores because in a fight, you're just sitting back throwing Impetuses, but PL has a gap close, has the doppelganger to dodge spells, so it's actually a really good matchup for PL.
Yeah, I really do like that Storm prioritized that Shaker so early on.
It's like a hard counter to PL, a soft counter to Chen.
It's annoying. It's annoying to play Chen versus that in a lot of situations. So they're targeting Topson with their next 2 bans. They ban out the Invoker as well as that Monkey King.
It's MSS playing the Shaker, right?
Yeah. More than likely.
Enchantress. I mean, they can swap around if they really want to as well. If they want to give the Shaker some more farm priority.
More than likely, though, yeah. Unless they do some strange Enchantress going to some support roach, I don't think.
Yes.
Not ideal. This man, Yawar, on the screen right now, has been incredible throughout the group stages. His Marana, in several occasions, just took over the games. I was really impressed to see him doing that, actually, because after a bit of a rough time that they had, they just completely bounced back. Like, Yawar had been really struggling and then just completely changed his playstyle and worked so well with the team.
But throughout his entire career, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
Like, the comeback that he made is very, you can admire that.
Yeah, because
very hard to pull off.
Like a year and a half ago, or what was 2 years when he was on DC, he was still this really good player, but at tournaments he was struggling a bit, and now we're starting to see that mechanical skill that he really does have.
VGJ Storm's
Winter.
All right.
I mean, I guess it's a good combo breaker against the Earthshaker. This is can't perma-stun. But it's not particularly good against either of the 2 right now.
No.
It's not like a counter or anything.
No, because Impetus is great. Like, through Cold Embrace, it doesn't matter so much.
Been pretty popular here so far. 45 picks during the group stage.
Winter Wyvern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
45?
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't get to see any of
No,
those.
insane.
5 seconds remaining.
Must have missed every single Winter Wyvern game. 45 played, 51.1% win rate, and 24 bans on top of that as well.
The unique thing is it's been a core and a support. We've seen throughout position. We saw the most farm Wyvern in history, played by Tavo one game.
I did see that.
I mean, this is a strong hero, right? Teamfight control, you have save, you have you can deep push your lanes. You can pretty much safely push out lanes too that the other heroes don't want to go. The concept we just spoke about, the dead lane, he's a very good hero for that. And
I want to think of the hero like Gyrocopter because I've been seeing it so much, and versus Wyvern it's so great, but versus the PL it's a little bit of a, you know, it's back and forth. And there you go, Paul. Paul's happy.
I'm done. I'm going home now. I'm happy. We've got a Jakiro.
Actually, Jakiro is really good against all three of the heroes right now.
Yeah.
Like, very underpicked here, by the way.
I mean, I don't know if it's underpicked, but
Storm picked it a few times, at least that I got to see. Maybe at least once.
Unless it's been picked 100% of the time, Black, it's been underpicked.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know you like
it's only been played twice in the group stages. So,
did it win? At least?
Won one of them. Yeah.
Well, not bad. 50-50.
So Linus Thompson's one of his other big heroes. He's kind of got this kind of unique hero pool. You see some of them banned out: the Invoker, Monkey King, Pugna. Lena's one of the more standard mids that he plays very well.
Can work well versus Enchantress throughout majority stages of the game. You've got your high burst from your magical, you've got mixed physical and attack speed bonus. So,
and they have like a hard counter addressed already. Like the TA is addressed already, so they can't really go into the TA anymore.
And Lena's also great versus Shaker too, right? Like you have Yul Scepter. If you're not caught inside that echo, you can disrupt those combos.
I really like the DK against it though. Usually Lina thrives on harassing the hero out of the lane, and it's so hard to do against the DK. Level 3, level 2 Dragon Blood, you chuck one tango and you have like 20 HP region. And of course, it's really good against the PL as well, mid-late game.
Yeah, I'm liking if they could do that DK gyro, of course. Like I've been seeing that do pretty decent versus the PLs. I think yesterday it didn't end up winning, but that was an old way to deal with it.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense too.
VGJ Storm's
turn
the
to Alchemist. Okay.
The Alch ban. So I guess you could run a carry Dragon Knight if you really wanted to.
And they haven't got the best kind of lineup right now to pressure up farming. Like, their supports don't really roam on mid. They don't really invade the enemy jungle that well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they play that DK, both UI and Resolution play that. And have played it for VGJ. In fact, both of them played it in the group stage once.
Yeah. I saw Resolution even play on the offlane too.
5 seconds remaining.
They're really not locked in where they play.
You would assume, however, that is an SVG Jakiro. That's about all we do know, right?
Yeah, SVG Jakiro.
Yeah. MSS for the Earthshaker?
Yeah.
Yep. And should be snaking Enchantress.
Yep. Which does leave a